Oh my goodness. Hi
Hi,
guys.
guys.
Happy
Hi.
Monday.
Yes. First day of spring, huh?
It is the first day of spring.
Today,
Yeah.
Yes.
child,
You didn't know that? Well, obviously not.
nope. It's a little chilly. We had
Yeah.
a nice week though, for the most part.
It
Yes,
was.
we definitely did.
I think it's supposed to stay like in the 50s for the next week. Like high 50s, I think.
Mm, that's not bad. I
I'll
won't
take
complain
that.
about that. I'll be asleep.
Anything over 45 is good for me.
Right.
That's a fact.
Hey,
Anything
nine.
closer to 60.
Hey Boogie Boogie. But
Yep.
yes, I am. How was y'all weekend? How was y'all week?
My week was good. I was tired, but I think I slept it off when I took my nap today. I actually took a nap today, so that was a good thing because I don't usually get to take no naps.
You
I
know, I
know
always
that's
sleep
right.
through the
Mine was pretty good. I got to handle some business, getting these Easter baskets out the way.
Yes,
night.
you doing them baskets, girl.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Other than that, just been chilling. How about you, Shona?
I had a great week. I actually had a really good weekend. It was a full moon in Virgo. So
Mhm.
like I was just in a great space. So I don't know why I was so off today. But anyway, I had a great week. This week was a great week. Yep.
I feel
Okay.
like we all have things that we need to talk about, like big things that happen in our lives.
Yeah. Like what?
Well, for one, you got a new job.
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah. Totally forgot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I start tomorrow.
Shauna starts tomorrow at her externship.
No, it's the
She,
job now. It's the job now.
well, they know it as the externship because that's where you
Oh
was
yeah.
Yes. Okay.
hired at the externship at the jail. Whoop whoop.
Yes. Congratulations.
That's lit. That's
That's
lit.
great. Word.
Career woman and stuff a little bit.
All that, all that.
And I'm in the process of going back to work.
Yeah.
Yay! I didn't know that. Go Niche. Oh yeah, and them tutu baskets is doing this thing.
They sure
Thank
are.
you. Thank
And
you.
the
Thank you.
tutus, not even just the basket. The tutus doing this thing too.
I
Mm-hmm.
Go
appreciate it. Thank
girl.
you, guys.
Yeah. That's good, y'all.
Thank
That's
you.
good. I'm happy for y'all. I was excited all week. Like, we got to talk about this on the podcast.
Yes.
It's only right.
Yes.
That's
But
right.
think about where we started. Like
That's
in
why.
September
Yeah, I
when we
was
first
like,
got on there. Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, it's a transition. You see how the transition happens
Right.
over the weeks and the months. It
Oh, thank
just
you, Miss Christina. Congratulations to you too.
it just
Thank
feels.
you.
I can't tell y'all my little thing yet, but I did
I
a
was
thing.
waiting. I was waiting.
I did a thing for business. For business. I'm trying to open back up, but it's not gonna be what I was like all of what I was doing before. I'm not stopping what I was doing before, but when I open back up, it's not gonna be for that. I'm doing something totally different.
Oh yay.
Okay.
And I don't want to tell anybody yet because I don't want anybody to beat me to the punch.
And that's great. No, none of
That's
you
fair.
do.
So
You can
That is
manifest
fair.
it in your
when I
own
pop
little
out with the
words.
post, y'all gonna know what I'm talking about. That's it.
Okay.
That's all.
I'm here for it.
You already know mine.
Yeah, so I'm definitely here for all the growing. Because remember, we all started out, we wasn't working.
Yes, we were some unemployed bitches.
I'm not even gonna lie, I miss being unemployed. Like I just
I really do. Like, can you?
like,
You know what? That was my thing. Like all week, I was just like every night I was getting up. I was like, and I don't think it's me going back to work. I just think it's really the shift. Like the shift is really sucking the life out of me.
right.
And I be talking to myself on my way to work, like, don't complain. Like this is what you prayed for. This is what you asked for. You went for it. You got it. So don't be ungrateful. And I'm not being ungrateful. It's just like I didn't really think that it was gonna take a toll on me, the way that it is.
Mhm.
So I've been mad cranky for like a couple of weeks, like just mad out of it, mad cranky, just.
They say it take a while to adjust to the night, like to the overnight shift, for real.
It's
Like
just like, ugh.
you could think you got it, and then it's like, damn, like
Yeah, because for a second I was like, okay, like I was in a little groove, but then I was like, nah, you're not in the groove.
Yeah.
No, but that happens, and it's okay. Like it's okay because at the end of the day, you still doing what you gotta do. You pushing through.
That's right.
That's because I'm kind of ready to be back unemployed and just do business.
Were you ever really unemployed though, sis? Like you was running your whole business.
No, I really wasn't ever really unemployed.
Like,
I mean, technically I was, but thank you, Nye. Hey, Darnay.
thanks, Boogie Woogie.
Thank you.
No, I'm not gonna quit my job and just, just be like I'm about to open back up. Everything is a process. I'm gonna be patient. I'm gonna do things a certain way, and that's just gonna be that.
Like I've been saying since forever, everything is gonna happen the way it's supposed to happen, and it's always trials and tribulations through anything. Like, you know what I mean? As long as we know what's our end purpose, our end goal, and just keep moving forward. Like we got this.
Right. Because I got another reading by Ty again. Because I just wanted to see if anything was going to be different from my last reading. Because you know how when you like get so excited about something and then you kind of sleep on it for a little while and then you be like, should I still do this? Like that's what I was like battling with the business thing. I'm like, dang, I got a job now, but not just a job, but it's overnight, which doesn't leave me very much time to do things during the day because I be asleep. Like, should I be doing this? Like, or should I wait? Da, 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 da. So I was like, let me go to Ty. Let me ask Ty and shit. But he just kind of reassured me that this is kind of what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, this is
he kept saying something about generational wealth and financial freedom and materialistic gain and international this and that and a partnership. That's a collaboration is what he said. Which is totally throwing me off. It's not totally throwing me off, but we'll talk about it. Anyway, that's my thing, guys. Yay.
And shout out to Ty, because when I got my reading, he was the one that told me I had a personal one. So he told me that I was going to get back out there and go to work between the spring and the summer. And look at God, I'm almost there.
It is the first day of spring.
Right. Shout out to Ty.
That's what he said, girl.
That is awesome.
Yes.
I feel like his reading for me is like definitely there. It's definitely coming. I feel it. Like I don't know. Like I was telling my best friend too. Like I just got this. I'm telling you all the time. I just got this really good feeling about something is happening and something is coming and like. It's definitely like my reading is definitely still in the universe, and I'm for all of it. And I'm just
it's already happening.
Yes,
it's already happening.
It's happening, like literally.
That is true.
Like, right now.
That is true.
I said, great mindset, Brie. I can't stay at a job to save my soul. I always quit knowing I'll be good for my side hustles. Currently trying to break that habit. Yo, I get it. I think that the fact that I really had the opportunity to just do Brie Mix and just do that and focus on that and make money from that, I think that I'm just starting to like feel like my dad. Like my dad, like I ain't working for nobody. Like I'm my own boss. He always had that mindset ever since we was kids, and I never really understood it until I started back working, and I was like, dang, I don't really think I really like making other people money.
That's literally the way a boss think. Like honestly, that's probably like that's how a boss think.
Yeah, like, I feel like I'm just willing to bet on myself at all costs, but I'm not like a irrational type of thinker. I feel like I'm only gonna do something if I know that it's gonna bring me what I need from it. You know what I'm saying? If I love it and I know that I could do it and it's gonna bring me what I need from it, then I'm always bet on me. Yeah. So that's kind of where I'm at now. And I'm excited. So I'm just waiting for my packages to come in the mail.
Yes. I'm excited for all of us. Good things coming.
Yes. So to jumpstart into what our topic or what we're discussing today.
Yes.
We're talking about our kid all ages.
Yeah.
Um, we're not kind of prepared today because like I was like kind of waiting for the little thing to pop up at the bottom.
Well, I don't think we're not prepared. I think that we couldn't come up with a name. Y'all know how like we usually name everything, but we have like this is just like a cluster of things that kind of just all boils down to one little category, like one
Yeah,
thing.
that's true.
So um
But it's
it's
all
just
but it kind of add up, like kind of equal up to all one thing too.
yeah, it does. Like we can get started with the bullying.
Mm-hmm.
We
Okay.
can get started with the bullying. Some of you that are friends with me on Facebook, I know y'all seen my post about um, Cassidy and the little Spanish girls at the bus stop and all of that stuff. And my reaction to it versus how they didn't like my kids don't want to really tell me stuff because they think that I'm crazy and that I'm gonna react like embarrassing them. Even though from my point of view, I look at it as like I'm having y'all back, but they looking at it as please don't.
Mm-hmm.
Don't embarrass us, you know?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and
It's like
that's
how
fair.
do we handle those situations? Like, do we let our kids go through their experiences, which they will have to eventually, but I'm not there yet. I feel like I'm fighting kids, period.
So like in
Right.
my situation, I kind of back off it because Kai had a little bullying situation, and I let him deal with it the first time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, so what do you want to do? Mind you, Kai is only 5, but still, like, I feel like he's at that age where he know what he wants to do, and
Yeah.
he was like, "It's okay, mom. Like, it's okay." And then he was like, I just don't like him and it's okay. So then when another situation happened with the same kid, I'm like, okay, now we're gonna just talk to the teacher. Cause like Kai don't like to get people in trouble. Like he's like one of them kids, like, I don't want to tell him them, but like he feel like he's gonna handle it himself. But like at some point, where do we step in? So I went and I talked to the daycare about it first. You know what I mean? Because it happened at daycare. So I talked to the daycare about it first, and then I told her like the second time this happened, I want to talk to the parent because I don't want to be that aggressive mom right now. Like I want to, show my child like I can handle it before we have to get to the,
Mm-hmm.
like throwing hands and all this other stuff. Because
Mm-hmm.
I'm the more balanced one. Whereas like I told dad about it, he was like, "Well, I'm about to go up there right now, and I want to talk to the parents, and I'm gonna let Kai in the fight." Like,
That's me. That's me.
right? Like,
Yeah. For me, I have to be the voice for my kids right now. Maybe when they get a certain age, I'll back off. But right now, they don't really like they don't really talk to people like that. Like they don't be beat. You know what I'm saying? They're very quiet. So and sensitive. So I have to be the one to say something. It's just like recently, anybody that know Maya, she don't be beat. She'll say hi now that she got older, but she really don't be beat to talk to nobody, especially if she don't know you. It's not being rude. Cause some people could take that as damn, her child is rude. Like she just if she don't know you, she not speaking, and they're very shy.
Mm-hmm.
But one time I went to go pick her up, and this little boy had said to his parent, "Oh, dear Maya, she don't talk just out loud." And I before I knew it, I reacted to the little kid. I don't know if I was wrong, probably. But I was like, she just don't talk to you. Because I'm like, dang, like I was wrong for that. Was I wrong? Tell
no,
me.
you wasn't wrong. I don't think it was wrong. It was your reaction because, like, how
And I
old
said it right in
is
front of the mother too. I was like, she just don't talk to you. Because I ain't like that. Like, don't be putting my daughter on blast like that.
Yeah, like that's mad random. That's mad
Like,
random.
So y'all be talking about my daughter at home, like, oh,
Yeah, like what?
come on. They all sensitive too. I ain't
yeah.
I don't
But like
know.
you said, like how do we do we back off when they're a teenager? Like when,
I feel like that's when I'm gonna get worse because I don't know. It's just like it's a switch. It's a switch in my mind that just it just flips and it just causes me to just get hot and like my ears be hot
No, I get it. No, definitely, all of us been there before. Because like when Kai first told me, I start crying because it was like, oh my goodness, like that's my biggest fear is like somebody being mean to my child or something happened to my child when I'm not around. Because like Kai is like really like he don't really talk or anything. So
Yeah.
with most of the bullying situations, I found out like it was like we was getting ready in the morning and he randomly told me about it, and it happened 2 days ago. You know what I mean? Like I gotta wait till he's ready to talk about it. And like the second time, the little boy was the one who told the teacher, and then the teacher told me. So you know what I mean? He's not as vocal. So no, every time I'm like, but then I got to come back down because like I don't want to be catching charges and stuff. You know what I mean? But I will. But I don't. But you know, I want to climb the steps first before we have to get there. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
I'm not gonna go straight to jail, unless it's a physical assault. If it's a physical assault, then I'm gonna have to assault the parent.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because now I feel like you need to be teaching your kid other things. Or you need to be doing other things around your kid, because I know my kid's not going to school just putting their hands on nobody, because they don't see me just putting my hands on nobody.
Yeah.
So our kids are a reflection of us to a certain degree. You do have some kids out there who just go their own way, but for the most part, kids mimic what they see.
Mm-hmm.
So if your child is a bully, I'm going to assume that you're a bully in some way, shape, or form. Like you either talk to your child a certain way and they take that and they talk to other people a certain way, or you do certain things to them, or somebody does certain things to them and they take that energy and they put it off on other people. And I'm just not here for none of that.
Yeah.
I love my kids and I'm very sensitive over them. And I just feel like I will just act real stupid. And I don't want to be that, like, I don't want to be like that. I'm not going to go up to the school like acting mad ghetto or nothing. I'm just, I'm gonna try not to. I just
I'm about to say, let's keep it real because we might.
Are. I haven't been in a situation before with my child, so it's like a lot of his parents are our age, and they're young, and their minds are not very mature because a lot of kids' parents still out here just immature as hell. So what you gonna do if you in the office and y'all talking, trying to be an adult, and the other mother like, well, her daughter, da da da, and then I'm gonna be like, well, like, what's up?
I'm working on that.
Right. Like, I don't even got to answer to the park.
I'm still working on that because I don't even know. I can't even say how I will react because like every situation is different when you're actually in that situation, and it's just in the well and the neck rolling right off rip. Fuck where we at, we out. Like
yes.
I'll meet you right by the car. Like
yeah. Okay, we have some comments.
Okay.
No, I
start off, at first. Darnay says, let them go through it because they are gonna always look for mommy and daddy to defend, and then bullying would never stop because now they would be calling them tattletale or crybaby. So let the kids handle by using words. I get that, Darnay, but some of these kids these days is cursing. Like, Cassidy come home to me all the time telling me, like, Mom, this girl on the bus said the F word or the B word, or she stuck her middle finger up and did it. Like, they only in elementary school. And I know kids are grown. I know. Mm-hmm. But it's just like, what do you teach your child to when somebody calls them a bitch? Or what do you say to them? That's why this is the purpose of today. Like, how do we handle this in 2022?
Yeah. I don't know as far as the bitch word, but like I already told my son if somebody ever call him a nigga or stuff, because he knows he considered nigga as a bad word. Like he know his bad words and stuff like that. And I just thought that's just not something you're accepting, period. Like that's why I always tell his dad, like at a young age when we first had him, stop calling him that all the time. But we have our
right.
Our
I don't want it to be like, well, she called me that, so I call her that back.
Yeah, no.
Because then I don't want that to become a part of your vocabulary.
Right.
Or next time you get into an argument, you throwing that out at somebody first. Because kids, let's be honest, they're going to learn stuff at school. They're going to learn most of their behaviors are, not most, but some of their behaviors are going to be learned at school from other kids who are being parented by other types of parents.
I know. I think Kai transitioned like this kindergarten stage. Like he is like he was saying some stuff like what the hell and stuff, and I'm like, where did you learn that from? And then he'd be like, he'll tell me like what kid said it in school, because like, bro, like we don't do that here. I'm not laughing at it. It's not cute. Like it's not a
Yeah.
thing.
Because yesterday Mesa came up to me, he called me bruh. Some parents might be all right with that. I'm not.
Yeah, yeah.
You're 4 years old. I know you ain't get bruh from this household. So like it definitely start from school. I was like, what? He was like, bruh. And he just kept saying it because I'm like, yo.
That's how he is with dude. He be like, dude, like, what, dude? And I'm like, hold up. What is wrong? And who's dude? Like, what?
Right.
Bruh.
Okay, next comment. Mom says you stand up for them first by addressing the parent or parents. It starts at home. Oh, mama beat up kids too. I know, Mom. We know.
I definitely feel where Miss Christina coming from, because like we do stand up for the kids, but I feel like you know how kids are one way when their parents not around. Like I feel like we have, like I'm confident that like we taught our kids enough to deal with this situation to a certain extent. You know what I mean? So like we're always gonna have it back to the whole what Darnay was saying, the crybaby and telling and stuff. Like at the end of the day, I don't care. That's just name calling. Like it's okay. Like my son, I want him to be comfortable to tell me what's going on and stuff.
Of course.
So like, I don't know. Kids are just mean though. I'm not even gonna hold you. Kids are mean.
They are.
You ever watch kids on the playground? They're like,
and I think that's the most of my worries, is because I know that kids these days are not like kids when we were younger. Of course, everything changes as society progresses and changes, but it's not like the bullying we went through when we was younger. Like people not just coming up to you, putting their hands on you, or you know, they just be doing the most. Like you see these kids, 10 years old, committed suicide because she was being bullied at school. Like I think these kids these days are a different type of aggressive, and they're a different type of mean, and they are exposed to a lot of different language and different type of things that makes their personalities just mad much, like
too much.
Yeah, you said kids not putting their hand on other kids.
I mean, like when we were younger, like
yeah,
you know, like when we was in elementary school, I never experienced it. Like wasn't nobody coming up to me just putting their hands on me. Like
oh yeah, no, that was no.
I don't know. Okay, Quita left a comment. Quita says, my daughter has never had any issues with bullying or people bullying her. Nobody bothers her at all. I think it's because she can come off as a very intimidating person, and her demeanor can come off as y'all better not even mess with me. She's cool and good. She's a cool, good kid, but nobody bothers her ever. If anything, she helps her friends who get bullied.
That's amazing.
That's awesome. Yes, that's awesome.
Shout out to you and her. Like,
yes, that's awesome. And I felt that way too about Nyla until like just a couple of weeks ago. I got a phone call from her cousin's mom telling me that some girl on the bus was acting like she wanted to fight my daughter. Talking about, the girl act like she got a problem with Nyla. Now, mind you, Nyla doesn't say anything about this. And y'all remember, if you're my friend on Facebook, like I posted a couple of weeks ago that she didn't want to go to school. So I started putting, the pieces together or whatever. So when I talked to her about it, she didn't want to tell me what was going on. She was crying. Like, I'm like, why are you upset? Like, I'm just trying to, figure out what's going on in your personal life, what's going on outside of the doors of home. Because I'm finding out things from other people. I don't know any of these parents out here. I don't know any of these kids' parents like we had in Plainfield. So if something's going on with you and they tell their moms can't call me. We have your cousin, thankfully, now, because he just started, but he's not going to always be there. So I need for you to let me know if something is bothering you, or if someone is bothering you. We don't necessarily always have to do something about it, but just for communication purposes,
right?
I need to know what's going on,
right?
So when I talked to her about it, she told me that the girl was trying to slap box with her. And I'm like, so what happened? She like, oh, she just came up to me and asked me if I wanted to slap box. Like she said she about to slap box me or something. And then I just instantly like went into my mode, and I was like, so you want me to walk with you to the bus stop tomorrow? Like Like,
this is a whole nother level. What? You want to slap box? Like, what is that? Like, what
that's
is
what I'm
that?
saying.
Right. What
why
they
you
do
want to
that
slap
at?
box my daughter? Like, she done made mad friends at the school. Like, she go to the library with her little friends. They do their homework. I pick her up, try to let her have her little thing. They on the phone. They do their homework on the phone. They, she still talk to her friends from school out in Plainfield. But it's just like, it's familiar to me because she's cute. She's cute. Like, she's pretty. She's nice. She's friendly. People flock to her. And I told her a long time ago that she was probably going to run into problems like these. And there's nothing wrong with you. It's just that people are going to be jealous.
I was about to say, some of these little kids be jealous.
Yes, because the way the girl was described was like a big burly kind of girl. Like, she's some big
like the bully of the school.
Like Helga G. Pataki. So I'm like, okay, maybe she was a little intimidated because like, this is a big girl. But I tell you, stick and move, girl. Get her tired. Stick and move.
That girl knew what she was doing.
She did.
That slap boxing would have went into something else.
It sure would have. If I would have found out about it.
Like, I'm not ready.
Would have been slapping and boxing. For real. This is it.
Girls don't even be slap boxing like that. Like,
girl, like what? I've never seen girls slap box. It was always the boys. When did girls start slap boxing? And why do you want to slap box my child?
Okay. You better pick another one. Shit.
Because I don't think y'all understand.
Just got mad real quick.
Like when you said, like, soon as you said slap box, my whole, like, everything was just got warm. I started getting hot, and I'm like, wait, what?
You
like,
see? That's me. Like,
slap boxing.
Because all I keep thinking about is my child being defenseless. She ain't never get into no fight.
Right.
You always want to know if your child know how to fight or not. But you're not going to know if they know how to fight until they actually get into a fight. They got to get into a fight. They have to know how to defend themselves. We could tell them, we could teach them. We could say, somebody hits you back, keep swinging as hard as you can. Aim for this, aim for that. Because that's what I tell my kids. But in that moment, how do we know our child is going to be able to react in that way?
It's different when they,
So maybe they got to get beat up, and learn what to do with that. But I'm not even trying to have none of that.
Right.
I'm just trying to just skip that whole part of life. Like,
that is true. But they have to be in situations where they got to learn. And, like, of course, we don't want to hear it, but, like, our moms threw us out there, and we have to figure it out. And
you know what I mean?
Definitely
did.
Oh, here, read your mom comment because she's so funny. I just started with it.
Okay. Nope. Y'all Generation X mothers are too sensitive. You have to show your child confidence, also reassuring that you have their backs, even if they're wrong. It's a time and a place, and also a great lesson. Are we Generation X?
No.
Or our children are Generation X?
Yeah, our children
are. I think we're Gen X mothers. Okay. Because I was like, I really think we're That's true, Mom. I can't though. I need to go back to therapy.
I was about to say that takes time because I'm very like way more humble than I used to be, and I'm still slap a kid.
I'm trying to tell you because I know my mom came up to the school before. Don't act like you ain't come up to the Plainfield High School in your Timbs with your doobie wrap, and your sweatpants, and your white T-shirt, ready to go. Like, remember I beat that girl up at the carnival, and we was leaving. Somebody called you and told you, and you came up there, and then this was like she came up there right after we fought, and we was just. And my mom walked up like, "You fought my daughter? You got what you wanted, right? All right then, leave her alone." She was like, "Let's go, Sabrina."
So I remember my mom used to first it was Leo, but Leo used to be like, because I used to go home and I'd be like, yeah, I was about to fight or something just happened. Leo said, call us when you get into a fight. so they called them, and at this time I had got something happened because so I had got arrested for fighting, and I'm just like, so it happened. I got into the fight I was telling you about all week that was about to happen. It was so bad.
And see, that's my thing. Like, I want to know that's what I was basically explaining to her. Like, I don't always need to react to it, and I won't, because I know that certain things is embarrassing. I know, I'm not going to purposely embarrass you, but I just need you to know that if I feel like something has gone too far in reference to any of you, that this is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to immediately just go smack on nobody's mom. But if it gets to a point where somebody's mom needs to be smacked, I'm the mom that's gonna smack the mom, the other mom. I just want you to know that.
I was
You
gonna say,
have.
do you think we shouldn't tell them that part so they can feel
Mm-mm.
more
Nope. I
comfortable?
think I need to tell
Because I
her.
think they know. I think our kids know. I feel like our kids know us because, like, they like realistically, they seen us when we chilling and talking. Our kids
Mhm.
is nosy,
Yeah,
so they
they are.
heard
Right.
it. They know what's up. That's probably like, yeah. So I ain't gonna go to mom about this, but the door is always open for you to come to mom about this.
So
Yeah.
can I ask, Bree, did it stop or you don't know because she don't want to tell you?
I asked her, like how was school and did you anything? I don't try to like pressure her too much because she's very much like me.
Mm,
So I try to think back of when I was her age and how I didn't like to really talk like that.
right.
So I try to ask certain questions to get what I need to get out of her. And she'll let me know. And she got little friends and I don't know. I'm just mentally, it's just a mental preparation type of thing because I just don't want nobody putting their hands on my child, yo.
And you know
I
what?
don't put my hands on my children. I
Yeah, I
don't.
was gonna say you don't
But
even
for
put your hands on
somebody
your kids.
else to put their hands on my children, I feel like it's like a complete violation.
You know
Hmm.
what it is too? I was thinking Nyla's the new kid in
Yeah.
the district
Yeah.
too. And
She's the
you
new
know how
kid.
it's always that one kid that wanna she knew. And then she knew she cute, she young, she already
Hmm.
got friends. So off rip like she's the other girl could be intimidated. But that's also why we gotta teach our kids too. Like that hating shit is corny. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm pretty sure some parents don't even know their kids be out here hating like that.
Girl, and why is your kid such a hater?
Because the mom was the hater at one point.
And some kids, parents don't even pay no attention to them too.
Yeah,
So,
that
Yeah.
is true.
And then you got these kids that just be angry for whatever they going through outside of school. Now you bringing a weapon to school and you don't like one of these kids, so one of these kids gonna be your first target. I don't want my kid to be nobody's first target. God forbid something like that happens. That's why I
Mhm.
always tell them to treat people nice, even the people that other people may think is weird or strange. Hold the door for people if you see somebody struggling. Help people, be generous, be nice. You don't have to be friends, but always just be nice to people because one day you're gonna need somebody to be nice to you.
mhm.
And you never know what that next person is going through because the way these kids are set up, it might just save your life one day. So treat people how you want to be treated always. I don't care what your friends doing, what your little group doing, your little clique doing. You don't have to do what everybody else does.
Right.
See,
If
in the
they
Bible,
laughing and you don't find it funny, don't laugh.
yeah, that is true.
You
And this
know?
is a perfect thing of what I've been doing. Like, so Kai, he's in a stage where he say hi to everybody. And I was talking about it with like two of my friends, and then he was like, Sean, are you serious? Like he gets it from you. And then like after a while, I'm just like, you know, after a while, 'cause, like soon as we go outside, like soon as the door closed, the first person he say, hi, how you doing? Hi. And like I'm trying to teach him like you can't speak to everybody, but then I realized like he's just like a happy-go-lucky kid, you know what I mean? And he wants to just and sometimes that hi, how you doing to brighten somebody's whole day.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Right.
the thing. Like I don't want you to be too friendly, like and I don't know how to really deal with that.
I
Right.
think as he gets older, you just explain to him, you know, not that he doesn't know stranger danger, but you know, certain things I don't really know. I don't have an answer. I lied. I was about to try to elaborate on it, but I
Like
can't because I
I
get
do
it.
express to
But
him that like because I'm one of them people. I'm one of them people like everyone's a stranger until you say hello.
yeah,
Like so then but I also expressed to him like, babe, you can't continue. You know, they are taking little kids, and like everybody you say hi to, like he know, like he not about to go leave with you. You know what I
right.
mean? So, because I do tell him like everyone's a stranger, so the whole stranger danger thing is kind of like, and like
I think it's not so much of saying hi. I think it's the amount of conversation that you have with somebody
exactly.
that you don't know is probably what you need to elaborate on. It's a
Mhm.
difference between saying hi and having somebody say hi back to you. But if they start talking to you too much or asking you too many
Mhm.
questions like X, Y, and Z, then maybe you need to go, next to an adult if you're not that if you're not already by one.
He
You know
actually
what
just
I'm
stopped
saying?
talking to them. I noticed it in the grocery store. He be like
Okay.
hi, and then once they say hi, and then they be like, "How you doing?" and then he just stopped talking.
Like all I wanted was for you to say hi.
Like that's it.
That's so funny. Oh my god. Okay, we got some more comments. Did I skip? Deanna. Deanna says Shelly had a girl on the bus pulling her hair and pushing her. I went right back to the mother's door and told her what happened. She said Shelly was lying, but Shelly is so sweet she doesn't bother anyone. I told her next time I'm gonna smack her and her daughter. She stopped, and now her and the girl are friends. I told Shelly it's because she's beautiful, and the girl just didn't know how to tell her she wanted to be friends. That's my energy, D. Like,
period.
seriously.
No, but you know the thing is with Deanna, like she did go to the mom, you know, so she validated that way, and then the mom just all rip gonna call her daughter a liar. Right. Everybody getting in defensive mode, no matter what it is, because you handle it as an adult first.
I think I'm just suffering from like PTSD or some shit, because I remember my first fight in Florida was on a school bus. Because of that, this girl lit my hair on fire. Like, it wasn't like, but she had a lighter and she was flicking it, and I just smelled something burning. But the hair, it already had went out. It must have been like just a strand, but you know when hair burns, it's strong.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and then when I went like this, you know, you got the little pieces, like you could see it on your hand. And then I turned around, everybody was just laughing. And I just I'm like, she just lit my hair on fire. And I just stood up on the seat and I leaned over and I just started hitting the girl. And we was just fighting on the bus. And I got suspended from school and from the bus for 10 days for fighting the girl on the bus because she lit my hair on fire. And it's stuff like that. Like, now I guess I can say that kids was acting real crazy. But I think it's certain kids. I ain't going to be racist.
It be the kids that honestly... Because I always feel like bullies are usually kids that don't get attention at home, right? That's just my thing. Like, it's usually people who can't talk to their family. Like we once said before. So I just feel like they just go to school and just pick on younger people or just pick on other people, and that's not fair. And I don't always want to blame the parent either, because sometimes the parent just really don't know what's going on. Because kids have a whole different lifestyle once they leave the house.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I didn't even know my kid was in school. Mine is daycare, but in school, he's one of the good. You know, everybody high. He want, you know, and at home I want to know that because he just always just so standoffish sometimes. Yeah, so they just a whole. It's really hard to.
It's a different environment. It's a different environment.
These kids different these days.
So that can go into our next subject as far as I guess kids who run away. Should we tap into that? Or should we tap into parenting teenagers?
I think they kind of coincide with one another. So we could do the parenting teenagers and then the runaway. Because I feel like with running away kids, they mostly run away because either their parents is too strict or their household isn't, you know what I mean? Or they could just be being grown. Because not as in, we all done it before. We all looked at somebody missing and be like, oh, they just ran away being grown. We all done it. And in some situations, it's not that. You know what I'm saying? So definitely get into I don't have a teenager, so I don't know much about this.
Yeah, I don't have a teenager either, but when I ain't gonna say a teenager. It was probably freshman year, stuff like that. I started running away and not coming back home, and my household was strict, and I was just being grown.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think it's still the same reason these days too. Either nowadays, I think it's more so of I was saying this because a few people I know, I think it's just more so the things that's going on inside the household that got some teenagers running away.
Okay.
versus just wanting to be out here just being fresh or grown. I mean, that could be the case too, but now it's like more so it's something going on in the household that got these kids running away.
Mm-hmm. Like the parents or the relationships or things of that nature. You know what I mean?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
I only ran away once. Technically, I didn't really run away. I was just mad at my mom, so I left. I didn't have no shoes on. I walked around the corner to my boyfriend's house. I just wasn't picking up the phone from my mom, and she was looking for me. And I was at one of her friends at the time's house, and um, now looking back at it, that was very wrong because I know that if my child was to walk out the house and not pick up the phone, I'd probably be like on the floor pulling my hair out because you don't know, like, especially now with sex trafficking and, like kids being snatched and murdered, and it's just a different world. Like, the world has been the same when it comes to certain things, but it seems like a lot of things are a lot more public and happening more frequently, or maybe we're just being exposed to it more, so now we're more aware.
I literally just had this conversation with my friend the other day, like with my friend the other day because remember how we could just go to the park and like our mom would be like, all right, y'all get back in here at the same time.
Yeah.
Like we can't do that with our kids because like them going to the park is a whole different ball game now because we don't know if somebody lurking up the street or you know what I mean. Like things have changed drastically and it's super scary.
Yeah. And you don't want to be like the shelter parent who doesn't let their child do anything because of your fears. But then you want to keep your child safe. So
because that gives them more reason to run away too, though.
Exactly, because they're going to rebel. They're going to try and figure out a way to do what they want to do, which leads to lying and sneaking. And then there goes your trust with your parent and your child, is broken because now how do you trust them? So it's just like, I haven't reached this point yet. Like, Nyla likes to do little things like go to the library, but it's literally like next door to her school, so I don't mind that. The other day she kind of stretched a little bit. She like, oh, we want to walk to the Dunkin' Donuts, which is like down the street and all the way around the corner. And I was like, I was gonna say no, but then I was like, okay, Sabrina, like, you gotta, she's 13, she'll be 14 this year, like, you gotta try to start letting her have a little bit of leeway just so you can see what she does with it. And
she's with her friends, right?
Yes, she's with a group of friends. They're going to Dunkin' Donuts. I remember those days, like, y'all just walking, being together after school, just chilling. So
and it's starting to get nice.
Yeah, so I'm like, all right, like, I don't mind. I just want you to be careful, like, scream if somebody snatches you, kick between the legs, put your location on so I can track you if need be. And I'll be at the library to pick your ass up at the.
I'm so proud of you, Brie, because I'm knowing you would have been in the
right. I'm learning from you, like,
girl, I was about to be down the street
at the drive-through at Dunkin'. Somebody's gonna say, "Hey, Nyla, ain't that your mom?"
Right. It's no hot in your car because the color.
Don't get cast some donuts. No, mom, you're stalking me.
You're stalking me. But it was cool. Like, she texted me when they got there. She told me when they was going back to the library. She texted me when she got back to the library.
Okay.
So, and that's not something that I asked her to do. I just told her to share her location. But
that is awesome.
She went the extra mile. So I was like, okay, we could do this. Like, we ain't about to be going to Dunkin' Donuts every day after school and that. Like, but
right.
We could do that. And I think is my fear because I know I was hard headed. I remember when I moved my first year living in Florida, right? Now, walking to school in Jersey City and walking to school in Florida was totally different because Florida don't have nothing but long roads. And my school in Jersey City was literally like I could see the school from my back window of my kitchen. So it was right around the corner. Now, this school, I had to walk down this long road and then down another long road and then down. It basically was like a circle. So it was hot. Like, I wasn't used to that heat. I'm walking, ain't no trees. I'm dying. I got this heavy ass book bag on. And my dad, you know, he used to be like, this is the way you take home, da 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 da, blah 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 blah. And then one day I seen some of the kids from my neighborhood walking through the woods to get home. So they're like, oh, why do you walk all the way that way when you could just get home right here? So I'm like, show me, you know. So we walked through the woods and it was like literally 5 minutes, like to get to the back of the complex. And I was like, this is awesome. Like, I don't have to walk all the way down this road. So I got home and my dad was like, how you get home so fast? And I was like, oh, I found another way with the kids from the neighborhood. And he was like, what way? And I told him, oh, we just walked through the woods. And he was like, you walk through the woods? And he like, girl, you know this the kidnap capital of the world. People snatching kids, da 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 da. And I was like, oh my God. I'm like, but it's hot. Like, he like, but you gonna be safe where everybody could see you on the street. Da 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 da. And I'm like, okay. So I did it. I didn't do it for the rest of the week, but that next week it was hot. It was hot. And all the kids seemed like they got picked up from school that day. And I'm like, dang, got nobody walk through the woods with me. I'm gonna just walk through the woods by myself. So when I was walking through the woods, I seen like a tent and like a shoe and like it looked like a homeless person was living there. And I just instantly got real nervous, like walking through the tent, like walking through the woods, I mean. And I just was walking mad fast. And then I just started running. Like somebody was chasing me. And then I got home mad fast again. My dad was like, how you get home? And I instantly lied. And I was like, oh, my teacher dropped me off. He was like, what? I was like, yeah, my teacher gave me a ride. Because it was so hot outside. It was like,
oh my God.
You're just not allowed to put students in their car. I'm like,
What?
So I was so scared because I lied. I'm like, I just kept going with the lie. I'm like, but she did bring me on. He went out his way to go all the way up to the school to talk to the teacher while I was standing right there. Like, so did you bring Sabrina home yesterday?
What?
I'm like, ugh. So long story short,
oh my
I was
God.
hard-headed, and I think that's why I'm scared because I think my kid's gonna be like me.
Yo, that's so funny. Like at this point, Dad, why didn't you pick me up? You knew it was gonna be happening today.
You know they
You
always
was home. You was home, bro.
Right.
It took you 5 minutes to get from the house to the school, and you made me walk.
Oh, it's the accident
My
teacher
ass
for me. Like, why accident?
And they always say it's gonna be that one child that's gonna give you what you gave your parents.
That's kitty cat for
But I
me.
don't feel like I was that bad though. Like I didn't do a lot of the things that I feel like.
Oh my God, that's so. Yo, you be having the funniest stories. Bro. Like,
Girl, that was
you
just
always like you.
I had to, that was a big transition. I had to get used to walking so far. Like we ain't walk. This blocks is mad close in Jersey City. Like you could walk a couple of blocks and be good.
Girl.
That had to be like 2 miles to walk home in a 5th grade, bro. Come on, bro.
Yeah, that's how it was when I moved to Hazleton. Like when I moved to Hazleton, we live right on top of a hill. I ain't used to no hills. I'm from, you know what? Like ain't no hills in Plainville.
Now you got me exercising.
I stopped going to school. Because it was so far away. Like everybody like was catching buses, like no cap. It was like going from Plainfield Ave Pool all the way to Rushmore. Like
to school?
Yeah, every single day. Like it was like, and then it's hills. Like so, if y'all know that, that's steep. Like it's up and down the hills. Like I stopped going to school probably like the second week, and then my mom would never take me to school, bro. Like she never offered nothing. So it was just like everybody knew. Like even at the time, Quaid and when they was taking buses, I was the only kid in the whole house that had to walk. And then I got lost the first day. I started crying. I ain't had no cell phone because my mom didn't believe in us having cell phones in high school. So like I was legit lost. Like I this was like only my second week in this town. It was the worst. Like it
So
took
y'all
me.
remember before cell phones, we used to have to print out the directions on MapQuest.
Yeah.
Like how dangerous was that? Like you trying to get somewhere and you constantly pulling out the paper to read where you gotta turn next. Like that's mad crazy.
That's
That's wild.
dangerous. Like you can't even be alert to your surroundings.
Yeah, but now we can't even text and drive. Like you can't even look at your phone and drive. But back then we could look at MapQuest to find out where we
It
had
was
to
the
make the left
worst.
at.
Yep, the second week of school, I stopped going. So, because it was just too far. Like I wanted to meet
Yeah.
somebody. I wanted to go to their house every time my mom thought I was at school. It was over.
Wait,
I
how
was
long was you not going to school for?
I just stopped going for a long time. Like to the point when I moved out here to Birmingham, they kept me back a year because it was like, yeah,
Shut
you didn't get any
up.
better. Because it was like one of them schools. You ever seen Made on MTV?
No.
Okay. So it's like this white show where like they come in, MTV come in, and it makes you like your favorite artist and whatever. So say you want to be like Rihanna, like they'll come to your school, they record you for like 2-3 days. Like me used to go to the school that I used to go to.
Oh,
Yeah, like it was hella white.
wow.
It was like two black people in the whole school, me and the other girl. It was crazy. I felt so uncomfortable. I never went no more.
Yeah, that was a big transition too. Moving down there, I was like, "What is happening? Where are the people that look like me?"
Right.
And then you like, I'm not light skinned, so I can't really blend in like that. I'm mad black. Like then I got black as hell from being in that sun, walking the 2 miles home every day.
Yeah.
It was like, this is it. Like I cannot.
But wait, the
But
fact that we got
got
way
used to
off
it.
topic is so funny because your stories really be funny as hell.
I got some stories about down there, like the time in that same complex, right? Okay, this is when I first moved down there. This is my first year. So the raccoons, right? So my dad used to be like, Sabrina, like, you're gonna see things down here that you don't see up north. Like lizards crawling on the walls, you got ducks walking down the street, you got turtles and gators and stuff like that. He like, but these raccoons, because it was woods behind our complex.
Right.
So he like, whatever you do, like, don't feed the raccoons because they're gonna keep coming back.
Like street cats.
Girl, one day I don't know why I just seen them, and I was like open the patio door, and I was just throwing bread down there, and they was tearing the bread up. So the next day when I came home from school and I was walking up the steps, it was like 5 raccoons in front of my door. Like, this is the door. The raccoons was just waiting for me right there. Like to the point where I couldn't even walk all the way up the steps because they was there. It was so many of them. I couldn't get in the door. So now I'm just standing there because I like, what do you do? Like, so I went to a neighbor's house, which was dangerous because I didn't know this person from a can of paint. And I knocked on the door and I was like, there's some raccoons in front of my door. Like, she was like, oh, well, you could just come in and wait for a few minutes. They'll probably leave. So I was in there for like 15 minutes, just sitting there like my dad gonna beat my ass. He come home, you see me walking up the stairs.
Yo, kidnap central.
My head out her door, and it was going, and I booked it down the hall like to get to my door. I was like, oh my god, I'm not feeding them raccoons no more.
You did 2 things your dad told you not to do.
Yeah, I was like, I'm worried, bro. Like I be doing the most, like. But it wasn't like bad stuff. It was like little stupid stuff like don't walk. The woods was bad, but don't feed the raccoons.
Girl,
like,
he said don't feed the raccoons, and this is kidnap can't like capital. You go knock on somebody's door you do not know, and she said come on in and sit down. What? Come on,
I wasn't a killer because I would have been going, child.
Right.
I would have been going. This is it.
Oh my goodness. Oh, kids and mental. We gotta get back to kids and mental.
I know we just be derailing.
That's fine because that's so funny.
Where we at?
We could talk about kids and mental because like we don't really we spoken about certain mental health for kids and whatever, but we don't talk about the like depression and the just anything major, like things that trigger kids to act out in certain ways where it's just it becomes overwhelming and stuff. You know what I mean? It
To
becomes
the caretaker or the parent.
to the caretaker or the parent, yes. Like to the
Yeah.
point where like they getting people in school involved into your household that don't need to be, and like
Yeah.
putting you and your other kids in danger of being taken away and stuff. Like
Right. Or
that is
like kids who don't know how to articulate what they're feeling, so they act in certain ways. But then it's like, even when y'all act that way and y'all have the opportunity to speak, they still don't know how to just say what's happening. Like, it's like you got to really dig into them, to figure out what's going on in their lives, like
but then
in
as
their
they
mind.
but then as you dig in, they're lying.
Right. So then
Like
it makes it
Mark,
hard to really know what's going on,
what's the
or
word?
want to know what's going on for some, because some people get fed the hell up. Like,
Mm-hmm.
all
Yeah.
right, you don't want. I'm giving you the chance to say what you gotta say, and you're not taking it, so I'm gonna be done with it.
Right. And they
Which is
end up sending you to another school or sending you somewhere because they don't want to be bothered. Some parents don't want to give you the help. Some don't, they just can't take it no more.
And
And
at
then
that point, like, does that make us a bad parent for like wanting to give up in a sense?
I don't think it makes you a bad parent, because parents get defeated as well. It's because, like we say, there's no rule book to it. We don't know how to get through everything. We are learning as we parent,
mm,
so I feel like, I don't know, like, what do you do? Do you send your child to a facility, to like a boarding school or something?
I feel
Or,
like if it got down to the point where like I tried everything in my power, like everything, like I tried to get you counseling, I tried sitting and talking to you, I tried giving you more attention, I did everything that I can possibly do. Like I would reach out for help and put you in like a like alternative school or like a boarding school, because like realistically, like some kids absolutely need it. You understand what I'm saying? Like yeah, I feel like yeah, some kids need it because sometimes because kids do become very uncontrollable. Like for instance, like you remember I was talking to you and I was like Kai is in the stage where like his temper tantrum is just
yeah,
like what was the right? His temper tantrums are destructive. Like
yes,
Kai has destructive temper tantrums, and it's like to the point like it's definitely overwhelming.
hmm,
Definitely like it's stressful, and it's like I cry sometimes because it's like, bro, like what can possibly be on your mind that you're this angry that you gotta like knock the whole table over, like or like he threw a chair at somebody, like his cousin the other day, because he got so mad. Like, why are you throwing a chair at somebody? You know what I
hmm,
mean? And like that's not funny to me. Like, you know how some people like, yeah, my kid is that's not funny to me. That's not
no, it's
cute. That's
not.
not
Yeah,
cool. Like
mhm,
something is deep, like wrong deeper than the surface, and we need to figure it out. You understand what I'm
hmm,
saying? Like, and he was going to behavior therapy, and I actually like called last week to try to get him another appointment, and then it's to the point where like he never did it in school until like a week ago. He did it in school like on a Thursday, and he did it in school on a Friday. And they called like I never seen him this way before. And I'm like honestly like I was kind of waiting for this phone call, like not in the sense that like I like I just knew it would come at some point because I know my child, and he was already having like a bad week.
hmm,
So then they was like, "Well, what are you doing?" And like I told them, like first of all, I taught them the like how to calm him down, the teaching, and then I told them like, "Listen, I am like he's been getting help for it since he was like 3, and the lady like I'm doing what I can the best way I can
mhm.
to what I mean." To do what but like they just charged us. So like then the lady was like, listen, we gonna figure it out. We gonna do this together. But like, you know what I mean? We never seen like him this way. And like it's you know what I mean? Like I'm
so
not being dramatic about it.
when you went to the behavioral, that when you guys were going, what was it that like, did they say what they think was causing it? Do they think it's like a I don't want to say chemical imbalance because he doesn't drink or anything, but maybe like I don't know the word to use.
basically it's genetic. Like it's
Okay.
like one of those things. Like he just don't know how to control his anger. Like it's just anger issues basically because it
Mhm.
normally storms off of like you say no Kai you can't have this or you can't have that. So it's basically just anger. Like they really didn't diagnose it with anything. It's just his anger. Like he just
Mhm.
don't understand. Like it's not that he don't understand the word no, he just don't comply with it, like in a
Right.
sense.
And
He
do
don't
it
get
seem like
that.
it's getting worse the older he get, or is it like the same? It's I know because
I
you
feel
said
like
since he was 3.
it's the same, but the fact that he's getting bigger, so he's getting stronger, so he
Mm.
like his like his wrath is a
Okay.
little more
Aggressive.
bigger, if that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I get it.
Because it went from like just slamming the door, so now like he was slamming the door, but now he like you know how you slam the door so hard and like if you got pictures hanging on the wall, like the pictures start shaking. Like
Mhm.
he full blown like slammed the door and like before he went and locked the door, but now he locks the door and then like
Mhm.
punches the door or like kicks the door like to the point where like realistically he could like I give it he could possibly put a hole or something in the door or in the wall. And I'm
Mhm.
just like and then like when he does it around other people, it's just like I told the teacher, like just like don't say anything to him. Like not
Don't feed it, because if you
yeah, like
feed it,
don't
he's gonna act more aggressively. Like
he's
he's
gonna get
gonna
more
show you
mad.
more. Yeah.
Like because I don't
Mm.
understand why people just like, oh hey, why like let me just yell at a kid that's already angry. It doesn't make sense. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Or let me try to oh hey, can you calm down? That's only gonna irritate him. So it's
Mhm.
only just gonna make
Mm.
him like even mad.
So you kind of just have to let him go through his episode, and then when he calms down, you just sit down and talk to him, or do you just leave him alone for the rest of the night and revisit it the next day? Or
I'll just literally like honestly, I just let it go. Like if we at home, I just be like, you know what, Kai, like I just let it go because, like, as his mom, like I see when it's coming, or I see when it's about to be triggered because, like,
Mm.
it's like, and then it goes to like, more like I just know when it's coming. So I'm just like, I just give him his time. I be like, just don't break nothing. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Don't be hitting my stuff. Don't be breaking my stuff. And go over there and do what you got to do, or walk away, or do whatever you got to do over there because it
Mhm.
lasts for like 15 to 35 minutes. Like, is
What?
that
That's a long time.
Oh my gosh.
it's mad long. So I just really just sit down and then like once he realized like usually he either tired himself out or like I give it like 30 minutes and I just be like, let's, smell the flowers, blow out the candle, count backwards from 5. Like let's just like we do his little techniques to help him calm down. But he
Mhm.
just like and then after a while he just like okay, and then I just leave him alone and let him do them by himself. You know what I mean? And then after a while, like he'll come and he'll talk and he'll be like, you know what, mom, like I apologize. Or if he's wrong, he'll apologize. But if he'll try to tell me like, but I was really mad because I didn't want to do. So like we do work on that. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
But like, how do you deal with that with like older kids in a sense? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like often
Yeah.
just asking other questions, but yeah. But it's definitely like, oh, it's so tiring.
I
I
can
can
only
imagine.
imagine,
Right.
especially if it's frequent. I don't know if it's frequent with him, but if that could be a frequent thing that somebody has to go to, that is a lot. Like, even if it's not a frequent thing, it's a lot because 15 to 30 minutes is a long time for a tantrum, especially when a kid is slamming and breaking and flipping shit. So do you ever think of maybe getting him like a punching bag? You know how they got those little
Girl, he
things to
broke
stand?
it.
Oh,
He had the punching bag. He had the little bumping bag. He had the little one that's standing on the floor. He had the one
yeah.
from the roof. He had like I give him things to get like he even had like he had his toddler mattress. So
Hmm.
I would use this and this was like we literally probably just threw this away probably like 3 weeks ago because
Hmm.
it was just bothering my OCD. But
Hmm.
like I would have it in the living room and like whenever he get upset, I'll have him go punch the bed. Like,
Hmm.
to get it out and it helps. I'll have him run through the house. I have him do laps. And the craziest thing about about all of this, his dad never seen this.
So it's just
What?
something that he does with
Yeah,
you.
like he never act this way with his dad. And he was like his like it be times like I like had to send him a recording. Like I'll record him and be like, "This is what I'm talking about," and like this is like when I come to you and say about the cemetery, this is what I'm talking about. And like I don't go and talk to like talk about it with his dad all the time because like I don't want him to just like be the disciplining dad,
Yeah.
parent, because like I realized if I go to and discipline him towards like just go to his dad for discipline, he will never respect me in a sense where like I don't discipline him. You understand what I'm
Right. Mm-hmm.
saying? So yeah.
So
So
you
do
think
you
it has
think?
something to do with y'all splitting? You and his dad splitting?
No, we're past that stage already. Because at first I thought it like we did like I thought it would be that, but
Mm-hmm.
this like the week like last week was a great week. He had a good week last week, but the week before last is when it started coming back to play because it was
Mm.
going for a while. Like he hasn't
Oh, okay.
like, for it to come back and then be like over and over again. It threw me off. Like that would make me cry because I'm like, what is because off rip when things like this happen, the first thing they ask is what has changed, and that's the first thing I ask myself, like, what changed? Because if anything, I'm actually home more now. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, because I took the 3 week break off. You know what I mean? So I'm taking him and picking him up. So like nothing changed to the point that it wasn't, it was a bad change. It was a great change for both of us. You understand what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like I'm here to put him in the bed now. Like things have changed in a good way for both of us because he's expressed that. You know what I mean? So I don't know what it was or what it could have been. I don't know. To this day, I
Mm.
still don't know.
Damn. I don't even really know what to suggest because especially with you saying that he doesn't do it with his dad. So it seems like, all kids know what parent they can get what off with. Like one parent they know is like the scary, not scary parent, but they know like he ain't here for that. I think
Mhm.
that's all dads. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? Because that's how it is in my household. Like these kids they'll do a little bit more with me, but
Mm.
with their dad, it'd be like, all right, I ain't even about to try him on that level.
Right. Mm-hmm.
He ain't here for that. So I wonder if he just trying to get his shit off on you.
Because he
Like,
also in the stage. Oh, sorry, but he also in the stage where it's like, I just don't want to be at your house no more. I just want to go stay at my dad. Like he's in that stage too, and that actually does hurt my feelings because it'd be
of
like, bro,
course, of course.
like, what do you mean? Like, and I realize it's more so when it's like when it's like something he can't do. You know what I mean? Like, say he want to watch TV and just like, oh, you're not watching TV, or you got to go to bed. Like, and it's
So
like,
do
oh,
you think dad's house is less strict than your house?
Terry is the strictest person ever.
Oh, that can't be it.
Like Terry, like he's not the strictest person ever because I realized like he do be giving him some leeway. I just feel as though it's
Hey,
like,
Kiara.
hi Kiara. I just feel as though that I don't know. I honestly don't. Like I'm at this point of in parenting right now that like Kai is transitioning and like he's going in directions that like I don't want to say like I need help or anything, but it's in the sense where it's just like I don't want to say I'm losing faith neither. It's just I don't know. I'm like really stuck in this like pathway right now. And like it was to the point where like I had to call his dad and I was like, listen, bro, like we gotta figure out a better type of schedule. We gotta figure out something because like he is just I don't know. Like I can't, you know what I mean? I can't label it. I don't know.
So, do you think that with you being home, okay, let me ask the question first. Is you now being home more lessening his days at dad's house?
No.
So he's still on the same schedule of when he goes to dad's house.
Only on the weekend, yep. Friday to Sunday. Yep.
Damn, Kai. Trying to
Like
throw my nigga a bone a little bit.
like nothing has changed like drastically. I feel like everything is going in a better direction. I don't know what it could be.
Mm,
Mm.
this is a tricky one.
Maybe you and dad could sit down with him at the same time
Yeah.
We
and have
did
a
that
talk
like
with
2
him.
weeks ago. And
How'd
it's
that
so
go?
crazy because the day that we actually did that and we sat like we did it early in the morning, we sat as a family and we was talking and whatever. And he had a great day. Like he left the house great. And I just knew it was gonna be a great day. But like he's supposed to be in school like 8:50. the counselor called at 9:15, like it had to be like 9:15, and it really threw me off because I really know if he's gonna have a bad day, and I really do because I just I just had that
Yeah.
feeling. And this day, I'm like, it's gonna be a great day because he was super happy that his dad came in the morning. Like he was happy, he was just so happy. And then that day was the second day he had a temper tantrum at school,
Mm.
and it was so early in the day. That what threw me off how early it was in the day. Like, and
So
then
did
like
she say if something happened at school, did somebody say something to him that triggered him, or he just, because if y'all dropped him off and he went to school on one level, then what the hell could have happened that would have taken him somewhere else?
And that's always my first question. So, like, what led to him? Like, don't just call me on like, oh, he's having, So Kyrie's having a temper tantrum today. What led to that? Because you know what I mean. So
Well,
basically,
it could have been that, not to cut you off, it could have been that he wanted to stay with you guys. So once
yeah.
y'all dropped him off, his attitude
Okay.
probably just shift.
That's true.
But realistically, I'm the type of mom. If you want to stay home, you can stay home
Hmm.
because, like, like everybody need a break.
Do you guys do like family outings with him? Maybe
No.
that should be a thing now that the weather's changing, like park dates with mom and dad. Maybe not too much because you don't want to give him like a false hope that you guys are getting back together, but just maybe like twice a month, just doing an activity with him, you guys both, and then the other weeks you do one with him, and then dad does one with him.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he needs
So I
to.
tried that, right? I tried like, okay, like, let's have family dinner. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Let's do something like, I'm all for family. So I'm
Right.
like, let's go bowling, Kai into bowling. Nah, I'm not doing that. Or if like say we do plan it and then something come up and it just be like, yeah, we're not about to do that. And I think it's more so
So
because
his
like
dad that's not here for that.
he's here for it when he want to be here for it, but like if it was something that we wanted to do, like we're just really in a weird space right now, and I really don't understand that neither. So I don't even know. We could try it at some point.
He might be feeling y'all's energy. Even if he don't see that y'all in a weird space, y'all both are his parents. So even if y'all not displaying it, he could probably sense that something is just like a little off.
This just started Friday.
Oh, I ain't really got no answers for my boy. I swear to God, I'm trying to like,
All right.
you feel me? I'm trying to finesse it, like,
And I
trying to,
definitely like appreciate it, and like it's just I don't know. I don't
it's
know.
the growing pains of parenting. Everybody's child is different. Everybody's child's personality and traits are different. And I think, like I said, like as our kids get older, we're going through different phases with them. When they get to another phase, we get to another phase because now it's something else that we have to learn how to parent. You know, like the teenager phase. I'm learning as I'm going.
Mm-hmm.
Like the toddler, well, he's not necessarily a toddler anymore,
Okay, he's
but
a kid. That's what he said. He a
the,
kid.
the kid phase, with different phases, like niche with, the boy saying what he said about Maya, is like we are learning how to deal with different things. And it's really no right or wrong answer because every child is different.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I guess, just doing what you think is best for your child and their personality and yours as well, because it's a job. It's like you going to school every day.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to look into like a parent, not a parenting class, but like some type of parenting book for like different like this age frame or whatever, because that could
Hmm.
be a thing too. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
I think it's cool. Now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, I think it's cool because like he have moments where he just don't want to go to school, and like, and I don't think it's because like so anyone's bothering him of that nature. I think it's more so because like he don't like his teacher anymore because he actually told me that he don't like her because basically she be telling him what to do, and it's not that I don't know what it could be. And he's in school way longer than he was because remember he started school during the pandemic. So
Okay.
like half of the year he was um like on a computer and stuff, and then the other half he was only going to school every other day. What was it like what do you call it? Like when they half in school.
Oh, half day,
Yeah, they
virtual
call
and
it like
everything.
hybrid.
Yeah, he was on hybrid, so he was
Hmm.
only like in the building for 2 days. So I
Okay,
think with him having to go to school Monday through Friday, I think that could be the transition. And I've literally just thought about that right now.
that's definitely the change
Yeah.
because his schedule has changed. His routine has changed. He got to be around these people more. He got to be around
Mm-hmm.
his teacher that he don't really fuck with like that more. She telling him what to do more, and he
Hmm.
probably like, when is my mom coming? Like, when am I going home?
Right.
You know, because
Yeah.
he's irritable is what it is. He's irritable. He's annoyed, and he's probably trying to figure out why the schedule changed, or not even why, but how to deal with the schedule changes. So he's just reacting, you know, how he does, and that is by how you say,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Damn, that might be it, Shauna.
Ooh,
That's crazy. It literally just came to me right now.
Mm.
thank God school almost over.
Girl, he ain't gonna be no good when it's time to go back after the summer, cause you're gonna be like this again. Like, boy, you got a lot of years of this to go, so you might as well get used to it. That's what I be telling Cass.
Right.
Girl, you got a long way to go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put him in the extracurriculum. He want to get into soccer, so I'm gonna put him into soccer.
Okay, that might be good. He could kick that. If he could kick some shit, he might kick the ball right into the goal.
Okay.
Kick that ball, boy. Kick it. Go ahead and kick it. You want to kick something, you better kick that damn soccer ball.
Oh my god.
Somebody
Yeah.
told me the other day that I should get Tobias into football like right now. And I thought it was the funniest thing in the world because my 2-year-old son is not playing football.
Right, especially now I know too. I don't
Where
even
do
think
they
they
do
have
that
something.
at?
I'm ready.
They
I'm
told
ready.
me
I
that
was
they have something like that for toddlers in
No,
Edison. I
I'm
was
not.
like,
really.
I never heard of
I
it
never heard
anywhere,
of it or seen that before.
but
I'm not saying it's not a thing, but
yeah,
I
that's what I'm
wouldn't personally.
saying. I'm not really. I mean, my son, he's a boy. Like earlier, I told him, I said, "Oh, Dada, can you take this out?" Like, had some stuff I was picking up. I was putting it into a ShopRite bag. I'm like, it was kind of heavy. I'm like, "Oh, Dada, put this in a garbage can for me." So he was like, "All right." So he grabbed it. He was holding it. It was kind of heavy. He was walking to the garbage can. He put it in there. He was walking back. I was like, "Thank you." He was like this. I'm strong. Strong. Like just like he was walking, he had a shirt off, little pocky and everything. I'm like, boy, you was not even like
Yo, he's
but
really been here before.
he has such a boy personality. So I think that sports is something that he would definitely like because he loves balls. He loves basketball, basketball. What he called it, basketball. He like basketball. He likes soccer balls. And we got balls, but we don't got no space for him to be kicking nothing up in here.
Yeah, same.
So I'm kind of happy that the weather is breaking because we got a big field right behind the house. So we definitely gonna be outside kicking some shit.
Yes.
No,
And
that's
if y'all
what's
hear about the football at this age, let me know. Because I was just asking Pookie. And she was like, no, it started at
5, I thought.
what's that, flag?
Flag football, yeah.
Yeah.
And she was like, that's 5 or 7. I'm like, dang, that's too long.
Girl.
I'm ready to be a football mom. I'm ready.
Mm-mm.
I'm ready to be some type of sports mom.
I think I'd rather basketball. Football too.
It's a mental. I don't like the whole head and the whole head thing.
It's too physical for me. All I need is for him to break a bone and it's over.
I'm
It's
gonna let him
fine.
try whatever though, because my son definitely wanted to try gymnastics at one point.
That's what's up.
And I was all for it, but then Dad, like, I'm not gonna be taking him there all the time. And it wasn't that he wasn't like
Yo,
he
I'm
was
gonna kick
against him
somebody.
doing gymnastics. It's just like he lived so far away, so he's like, I'm
Yeah.
not about to be driving an hour to. Bro, you know where we lived at? We moved. Like, stop doing that.
Yeah, the hell? Nobody tell you to move to West Bubble?
Good.
Elijah been asking me for like a year now. I'm like,
What
Yeah,
to do
Cassidy
gymnastics?
too.
gymnastics.
You go
Cartwheeling
for
and
it.
She been asking me for a long time.
They
And
should.
Maya just like, I want to be a Girl Scout. I'm like, girl, you ain't gonna talk to nobody.
But you know what? That probably would be.
But David said it might help though.
it might break her out. Like it might break her out of that. More people interaction with other kids, doing stuff as a group, like outside of school and outside of your siblings. Like that might be a good thing.
Yeah, I've been looking for a summer camp forever, but they don't even be having summer camps like that no more.
No, they don't. It usually be like something within the school or the
Mhm.
YMCA or something like that. But
Right. That's true.
You know what I didn't realize as parents right now? Our parents pay for a lot of things. Like for us to actually be into things. Because I didn't know you had to pay for like summer, like not like the Y and stuff. Like I didn't know you had to pay for that.
I wasn't in nothing.
No.
But that was by choice. Like I wasn't
Oh,
like that kid that used to, when it's time to do somersaults and cartwheels in gym, I was letting everybody skip me as the line kept going, just so I was going to the back and I wouldn't have to go. I wasn't into nothing physical. That's why I don't know how to flip and do none of that stuff
you know,
today.
I don't know how to flip.
So I pushed my kids to do, like, when Nyla started drill team, it was a big thing for me because she didn't want to do it at first, but when JJ was like, I need her to be on the drill team.
They
And
don't have drill team no more?
she was the bomb on the
She
drill
was
team.
killing
Like,
it.
my girl was it on the drill team. Like I was like, oh my God. Y'all should have heard me screaming at them competitions. I was acting like a maniac. That's probably why she don't want to talk to me, because she like,
I did drill team. I only got on the drill team because it was an after school program. Like we had the Safe Haven. My mom put us in the YMA. My mom was that mom to be like, you gonna find something to do after school. You ain't gonna be sitting around this house. So like we was in everything. I think that's how I met so many people too. Before I like actually went to the Plainfield High, I'm like, oh, I remember you from this place or that place. You know what I mean?
You're the only one.
I'm away from
Plainfield High.
Huh?
I said, you're the only one I ever heard ever say the Plainfield High. You always like the Plainfield High. It's so funny because everybody be like the high school or the high.
Yeah, you know why? Because like being that I moved and I went to so many different schools, I just like gotta be like, yeah, that
because
one.
you know it's only one high school. Well, now it's not, but before, like, it was only one high school out here. But now they got like the charter schools and stuff like that. That's so funny. But no, you're right. It's not a lot of extracurricular things for these kids to do. So
no,
yeah, I was a little sad when drill team ended.
They're not doing it anymore.
No, once COVID happened, everything kind of got shut down, and then most of the kids, you know, the older kids are older now. You know, they graduated high school. They're sophomores and juniors. They're not trying to be doing that. They done moved on to other stuff. So
can we just like 2020 was that 1 year like everybody like doubled in size, age, and everything. Because like for some reason, like when we came back outside, I'm like, yo, wasn't you just crawling? Like, like what? Yeah, no, I definitely get that. I was just telling my best friend the other day, like, I don't even like acknowledge 2020 because I don't remember. Like, I remember being
we was in the damn house
and things. No, but I wasn't. Like after like March or May, like once the summer came, I was actually doing stuff. Like I was camping. I was like doing stuff outside.
You was camping and stuff. You said go camping. I want to go camping, but I don't want to go camping like sleep in a tent. I'm too scared of bugs. Did you guys hear about the spiders that's coming?
Bruh, the ones that's dropping from the sky that we
I told y'all already.
I'm
gonna tell our one viewer that's watching, whoever you are.
Yeah, they just not feeling us today.
They're called the Joro spiders. And they are coming. They have already invaded Georgia. And they are 3 inches big. They're yellow, black, and red. And they're going to be parachuting from the sky.
Thank you for rocking out.
Sky means the trees.
Where are they parachuting from? Who's giving them?
Well, when I read up on it, it says that they create a parachute with their web and they fall from the sky. Now, I'm assuming that they have to be attached to something to create the parachute. So I'm assuming that it's going to be from trees or buildings. But the same way we had the lanternflies last year is the same way we're going to have the Joro spiders this year.
So now, what are they doing? Are they biting? Like
they said that they're harmless to humans because their fangs are too small to penetrate the human skin. But if you see it, kill it. They didn't say that. I'm saying that. I have bad arachnophobia.
But that's that's a real thing. But like, if I feel like if it's not bothering you, you know me, like If it's not bothering you, don't bother them. Like
if I'm y'all remember when I posted that I went to the ShopRite and I came home and it was a damn lantern fly in my wig.
Oh yeah.
And I flipped the wig off and I was cleaning the wig and I had to it was in the wig. Can you imagine? Do you know what would happen to me if I'm driving in my car and a spider start crawling on me? I'm gonna crash.
Yeah.
No, you gotta get this under control before it starts. Spray something in the air, whatever y'all have to do. And they 3 inches. Do you know how big 3 inches? That's the size of a child's hand.
No, that is really big.
And y'all talk about they must be falling from the sky.
And what are they here to do? Because I feel like everybody have a purpose. So like, what is their purpose?
I don't know. I'm finna call my sister in Georgia and ask her what they doing down there. Because the lanternflies was eating up all the damn trees, and they coming back.
No, those are bad for our environment.
And they're supposed to be worse this year. So,
but you know what's crazy? They wasn't even here for the summer. You seen them barely, but they wasn't as like infested as they was when they first.
Maybe not out there because they was on everything over here.
But remember, they wasn't in Jersey when they first came. That's what people not realizing.
They knew the last year was the first year we ever seen that bug. I heard that they've been out in PA.
Yeah. Because when I used to work at the Waffle, like people from Jersey and like New York, and they'd be like, "What is that?" Because they was all around the Waffle at that point. They was like, "What is
walls and stuff?"
Yeah.
And they quick. Like you try to step on it, that thing is fast.
Like, no, you gotta kill them from the front.
But they say if you see them, kill them.
Yeah, you gotta kill them from the front because their eyes is in the back. So if you come around,
I don't even want to know nothing like that. Why is your eyes in the back? Why are your eyes in the back?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Eyes in the back is crazy.
Yeah.
Well, Jaquilla.
I know. Thanks for sticking in there with
us. Thanks for rocking out with us.
The Joro spiders. Google it. Read up on it. I'm gonna keep me some.
They had them on the news. They was talking about it on the news.
See, people didn't believe me when I told them. They're like, I was telling all the people at work, like, the spiders are coming. And it might be.
Well, if you start a conversation off like that, they're probably like, this girl is psycho.
No, I'm putting out the photos. I'm like, this is what they look like. This is how big they get. You know, just to let you know, they're coming. So I'm going to be walking around with a poncho on all summer long, hot, with a tank top underneath.
She said the spiders are coming.
I ain't even putting no wig on this summer. Not even the ones that I can snatch off. I'm not even playing those. Get a spider, frogs and spiders and snakes. My top 3. You want to kill me? You want to give me a heart attack? Throw one on me. Watch how I act.
Yeah, don't throw shit on me. I don't kill no bugs. I'm all for not killing the bugs, but like long as you stay over there, like I'm one of the people. If I see you one time, I'll let you go. You know, just go back home. But if I see you again, I probably won't kill you.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the third time. Depending.
I didn't sleep in my room for a whole 3 days because Wade would not kill the spider that was up in the corner, like all the way over here. Can you get it, please?
Yo, it was a bug. Like this is definitely my last story, but it was a bug. I don't know what kind of bug what it was to this day, but the shit was like this big, no lie. And it was like it was hopping, but it wasn't a cricket. Like it was something. It was just hopping, and I'm just sitting on the bed, and I'm on the phone, listening. I'm chilling, and it just is like doop, and I'm like, wait, what the? Like it threw me off, and I'm home by myself. So now I'm just like, what am I supposed to do? But every time I move, it moved. And then I turned on all the lights in the house, and I was up to like 4:30 in the morning.
That's me.
And then it got in the heater because we got like the little wall heaters. Mm-hmm. So then it got in the heater, and all I kept it kept jumping in there. So it was like I was about to go psycho, like insane, because all you heard was like it was.
Then when you can hear the noises.
Oh my god!
I don't like nothing too big that crawl. I don't care how big I am. I don't care if it's smaller than me. I don't want nothing. I'm scared to have anything crawling on me. It's real bad.
Mm-hmm.
Jaquilla said, "No
That's
more
what
park
I think it was."
For me and I. That's what I said. I said, I don't know if I'm be able to do the park, like the grass and stuff. I don't know, y'all.
Jaquilla says probably was a spider cricket. That sounds like some country shit, but it probably
what is going a spider cricket?
I don't know what this was.
I'm about to Google that because this one. Okay, so it's 8:31. So listen, I wanted to run this past you guys because I ordered. Remember the cards that I was sending y'all the screenshots of? for
Yeah.
some of our questions,
Mm-hmm.
I ordered the game. I actually ordered it. So
Oh yay!
I was thinking maybe next week we could pick some questions for our next episode.
And do the game.
Yes, I got the girls' night edition and an intimate one.
Oh yeah,
So
do the spicy Sunday next week.
we can choose that for next week. Hi,
Okay.
Deanna. I'm sorry I missed you say hi earlier because I was talking a whole lot. You know, I be running my mouth. But yes, you guys, that was that. This is that for tonight.
And I realized we haven't been really. It's kind of hard to try to get into the comments sometimes, like when we
Yeah,
be all into the what's name.
especially me because I like to talk.
We all kind of do. That's the crazy.
We do pretty good though, getting to them. Do pretty good.
Thanks, Deanna. Thank you. Next week is gonna be fun. We try to give a little upbeat. You know, parenting is hard. We all know. Sometimes we just need to talk about it and give our suggestions to each other. You know, on what we did and how we would and what we think and you know, because girl, this is it.
Yes. And if you guys ever have any topics y'all want us to talk about, hit our inbox.
I ain't even
Yeah.
asking you no more because they don't ever hit their inbox back.
Oh, because I told y'all somebody hit my inbox, so maybe we could get into her topic.
Oh yeah, that was
week
the
as well.
spicy
Mhm.
episode. Yeah,
I was like, I don't think we could talk about this week, but maybe next week.
Oh yeah, we could touch on that first next week.
Yeah. And then
yeah,
we
that
can
sounds like a plan.
Okay. So thanks for watching. We love y'all. See you next week.
See you.
It's been real.
Bye.
Bye.